And welcome to the Spur and Call podcast. I am your host, Julian Mazar. Sitting across from me, Jimmy Walsh. Coming to you live with a late night pod. Got a little different lighting set up this time. Experimented with it. I think it looks pretty cool though. We'll see. We'll see post edit exactly how it looks. We're breaking down our week 3 games. Cowboys took that L. Bears got that dub. Sure. So we're gonna break down the Cowboys loss against the Seahawks. Final score being 38-31. It was pretty much exactly what I thought it was going to be.
They just aired it out.
Yeah.
It's kind of what we said last week.
I knew it was going to be Dak versus Russell Wilson. Mm-hmm. Pretty much no defense was played on both sides of the ball.
It was. A
lot of play action. We're going to do kind of a different format this time. We're going to talk about this game just because these matchups are getting so detailed now that we almost need to just talk about it because it's more. The game is more than just 6 categories, you know.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want it to be too scripted.
Yeah, but we're still gonna have the same categories as usual. We're just gonna dedicate a little bit more time to just talking about the game, just bouncing it off.
Takeaways from the game, how we felt, what stood out to us.
So, Russell Wilson, MVP,
phenomenal.
MVP,
I mean, dude.
Yeah,
insane.
Has a record for most touchdowns in the first 3 games, which is 14 passing touchdowns.
That's so crazy.
And he literally could have had 15 if Diggs didn't make that one crazy play.
In his heart, he has 15.
So he was 27 out of 40, which, I mean, it wasn't exactly the completion percentage he's had in the first 2 games where it's like 82%.
He's still over 66, though. You know,
was he?
Yeah.
Okay. It's 27 out of 40.
Am I doing my math wrong?
You can look it up. He had 315 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, no, I was right.
He had
no picks, though.
200-yard receivers. Metcalf, 110. A touchdown. Tyler Lockett had 3 touchdowns.
He didn't throw an interception. I didn't really note that. That's crazy.
I don't think he's thrown one this season.
No, he hasn't.
Yeah. Chris Carson, we kind of bottled him up. He was 14 out of 64 for 4.6. But basically this game, it was just a play action passing game the whole time. Mm-hmm. You know, I could go about the Seahawks, about Russell Wilson as much as I want, but I have to talk about the Cowboys.
Real quick though, correction, he did throw a pick. 1 pick against New England. So
okay. That's right.
Continue.
Man.
Yeah.
The Cowboys defense needs to do something.
They're depleted.
Need to do something.
They're depleted though. You can't.
Of course.
Maybe you guys just need a better depth or something.
So I'm gonna run through the injuries that the Cowboys have sustained this season.
Let's hear them all.
And
right now, who's injured right now?
Right now? Look, I just go throughout the. Let me do it like this.
Okay.
Gerald McCoy, we lost him beginning of the season.
Okay.
LVE out till week 10. Blake Jarwin out for season. Yeah. Tyron Smith, he's missed 2 games. I think he'll be back this week against the Browns. We're going to need him. Lyle Collins, he missed 3 weeks. We thought he was going to come off of, what's it called this year? But apparently he's a mystery, dude. There's something going on with him.
Lindgren?
Yeah. Like apparently like people thought he was like out of shape, but also had a hip injury. And like, I don't know what happened. So those are our 2 starting tackles.
Yeah. Cam
Irving, who is our
swing,
out probably for the whole season.
For what?
Just on the first game, he got hurt, I think, on like a special teams play. Sean Lee never got to strap it up at all. So he's
injured?
Sean Lee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
He had the groin.
Dude, he's done. He's done, Ski. I didn't know
he had the groin. So that's our backup to LVE.
That's your, like,
Jordan Lewis missed the first 2 games, finally came back. Cheeto, he got injured the game against the Falcons, I'm pretty sure. And he's going to be gone for 3 weeks. And then Anthony Brown, he was on IR. So he'll be back in like 2 weeks. So yeah, that's all of our injuries.
I don't know why that hasn't been more of a talking point with this.
It is.
I didn't realize. Of course, LVE and like the tackles. I guess that's actually already like crazy enough.
Yeah, because we had a bunch of crazy line formations.
You guys were literally switching people out.
A bunch. Like, so apparently at first people thought Terrence Steele wasn't going to play because he had the flu. He lost 10 pounds having the flu. But he manned it out the first half. Joe Looney got hurt, so he put the rookie Tyler Biotish in at center, and then Terrence Steele finally went out, and Joe Looney came back, so we put Joe Looney at right guard and put Zach Martin at right tackle. So, I mean, I'm telling you, dude, I had never seen the Cowboys at this low offensive line-wise since I've been a fan. Like, it's – I mean, it's no longer the days of the Dallas O-line. Like, not even close.
No.
Like, we were talking about,
Can be.
like, it might be a top 10 worst line in the league right now. Maybe even 5.
With Tyron Smith and Lyle out, yeah.
And hopefully we get Tyron Smith back for the Browns game. We'll talk about that in the next pod. But yeah, man, obviously we need a safety. We need... It's not fair that we were putting Trevon Diggs in as the number 1 corner. I mean, the dude has talent, but...
going up against Metcalf as like a rookie dude in your third game must be terrifying. And it doesn't especially because of what he did last week and like I got media attention with his matchup against Gilmore. And then he comes in with all that confidence against like a rookie. Yeah.
And we had a bunch of blown coverages. He didn't get the benefit of the doubt. There should have been safety help on a lot of his plays. But still though, blown coverages was really the thing of the Cowboys defense. And
it looked like there was a lot of miscommunication, a lot of people making wrong reads, multiple
and I don't know if that's,
positions.
I don't know if that they're still learning the new defense, but dude, it's like
you have backups in, dude.
Yeah.
You got Joe Thomas in.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be starting next to Jalen Smith ever.
Yeah. Safety, though, I mean, it is really a rising problem. I didn't think we could have worse safety play than we've had in the past couple of years, but at this point, I'm missing Jeff Heath.
I mean,
which is insane.
He was a starter for you guys.
I even think, like, dude, what happened if we would have just kept HaHa Clinton Dix and like
you would have had a free safety? That's for damn sure.
But I mean, HaHa Clinton Dix is still not on the team though, so it's like I don't know exactly what's going on with him.
Like COVID might have something to play with that.
Yeah, but I mean, Earl Thomas is looking. He's about to sign with the Texans. That's someone that Cowboys Twitter has glamored for.
Texans.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So is Justin Reed not a free safety?
He is, but he's missing a lot of tackles. Him and Jonathan Abram.
Oh yeah, so let's get Earl Thomas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But we need. I mean, our secondary is a mess. This game we saw a little bit more of the pressure that I was hoping for. Alden Smith, he had 3 sacks this game.
D-Law was
he was okay. There's something like pretty much Alden Smith has solidified himself as always going to be on the field.
Which is craziness.
Yes. So the rotation on the other side is Everson Griffin and DeMarcus Lawrence, and they're pretty much splitting reps, which it's crazy because it's $100 million man, of course.
Not even that, just like they're both considered top guys. And Alden Smith hasn't played in 4 years.
Yeah. Which it's almost, and like it's going to be interesting to see how whenever Randy Gregory comes back, because it's almost like it's too many people. Because you never let...
It can never be, man.
I hear that, but like you want your DN to settle in. Like, you never want, like, whenever DeMarcus Lawrence is playing 50% of the snaps, like, how does he settle in?
Because he's supposed to be the best player on the field every time he's out there.
For sure, but, like, if he really take 50%, if you really take 50% of his opportunities away, like...
I'm not saying, like, I'm not trying to argue with the coach's decision.
Especially whenever... Well, I mean...
That's crazy that he's playing 50% of the snaps.
Yeah.
That's insane.
But even whenever Randy Gregory comes back, I mean, at that point, then, like, 50% almost makes sense because it's like, dude, we have all these dudes. We have to use all these dudes because they all have different skill sets.
I mean, we have this, like... Yeah, I guess. You usually want to keep... I mean, maybe.
No, I hear you, but, I mean...
If it works, it works. So far, you guys have kind of been getting torched on D. So let's figure out some starters.
Yeah,
and keep them there.
But it's not even our front. Like even our linebackers, like Jalen Smith, he was okay this game. Joe Thomas, he blew some stuff in coverage, but he's still pretty good in the run game.
How do you feel about the?
But it's really our secondary. It's our safety play. It's blown assignments. It's Cheeto and Anthony Brown not being out there. It's Darryl Worley starting. It's.
How do you feel about the Tristan Hill Gator roll on Chris Carson?
Oh,
when he injured him.
Yeah, I don't care honestly. Like
really?
Yeah. I mean, like...
People said he should have been suspended for that. He got fined.
Yeah, I mean...
You tried to hurt the guy.
Yeah, no,
You don't care about it?
No, well...
Interesting.
I mean...
That's like not a good dude. Huh? And then the next play, guess what he did? Roughing the passer hit on Russell Wilson.
Yeah, and that play was...
Same guy.
He went high on it. No, for sure. But I
would not be happy with that.
I'd rather see the dog out of Tristan Hill than I'd rather see...
That's not dog, bro. He literally grabbed his ankle and he
but
twisted
I'm saying
on
I'd rather see him play with the attitude than not. And obviously I do not condone that.
That is wrong, everybody. If you're watching this and you play high school football or something, do not have attitude.
The twisting the ankle was bad. The hit on Russell Wilson, that's football right there. That happened.
But it came after he got fined probably 50 G's for trying to injure a player.
Yeah, but...
And then he got a roughing the passer call whenever you guys did not need that. So you're telling me that you'd rather him do that whenever you guys are down and they're about to score?
Like I said, dude, I don't. Hey, I do not condone the twisting of the ankle.
You said I do not care. You said I don't care.
No, because I mean, like literally, I don't care about the Seahawks. So, like, that's why I don't care about it.
Bruh, you should care about every football player who plays.
No, I know Trysten Hill will never do it again.
Like, Saquon got injured, but it was not on purpose. We didn't try and take him out on the knees or try and roll on him.
No.
Motherfucker was trying to take him out the game.
No, I understand.
Not cool.
No, it's not cool.
Yeah.
But I don't care about the hit on Russell Wilson because
I said that only to solidify that he was playing dirty.
Well, dude, I guarantee you he was just trying to make a play after that.
I guess he didn't though. He didn't make a play either time.
I mean, he did make a play because he forced the incomplete pass, but he went high. It's not that big of a deal to me because I don't view this from a Seahawks perspective.
No,
Trysten Hill, he won't do it again. Is pretty much what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay. So you know him,
huh? No, it's just because this fool has literally started 3 games. So like he's just like it's pretty much like imagine a rookie doing that, and you're back. Okay, rookie mistake right there.
Bro, it's not bro. He's been playing football his whole life. You don't grab someone and when you're on the ground, roll his ankle.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's not what you're thinking.
That happens every
watch
single.
Watch the play and say that while you're watching it. He did some dirty shit.
Okay, and like I said,
he literally got injured. He was out for the game. Chris Carson, because he did that to his leg.
And he got hurt on a different play that made him do that.
No, dude, he got hurt on that play, bro. I promise you. But we don't need to debate if it was a dirty play. He pulled some Ndamukong Suh stuff, and like because he was not doing anything in the game, and you do that to a guy where that's out of dominant players don't do stuff like that, man. That's only players who are not doing well. So let's move on then.
No, he literally had a tackle for loss, but he just decided to get dirty with it. He had a sack, but he decided to get dirty with it.
But he didn't though. Anyways,
he did with both of those things.
He didn't have a sack, buddy.
Oh, he had a hit.
It wasn't even close.
I mean, it was pretty.
That's why it was called roughing the passer.
He forced the incomplete pass is what he did on it.
Did they score?
But we're spending too much time on Trysten Hill first.
Because you're trying to argue that I just said what you think of it, and the first thing you said is I don't care. So of course we got to dive into that.
Well, I'm saying I do not care. Like if it was my player getting that done, I would care. But like
I'm talking about how do you care about Trysten Hill doing that? He's defensive line.
No, I'm saying
having a player on your team like that.
In the realm of this whole game, I do not care.
I think you should have got suspended.
Okay.
That's like crazy talking point. You'd be like, I don't care. And then being like, yeah, I understand you get suspended.
I'm not going to get wrapped up in it because it doesn't matter right now.
Yeah, I mean, it might matter. We'll see. We'll see how you play.
Yeah, it's whatever. I just know that he probably won't make that mistake again.
He knows it.
Yeah, but really the biggest problem with our defense is not the front and it's not the linebackers. It's the secondary. There's too many blown coverages. Like literally, like the Tyler Lockett first play, there was no one even on him. Like it wasn't even like the Metcalf play where Diggs was like trailing.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett got open way too much.
Yeah, and it was
literally just left him.
And it was the same exact thing that I warned in the breakdown for this podcast. Is that I thought that he's going to give us the Calvin Ridley treatment because he's literally the same exact player as Calvin Ridley. Just has the same speed, same type of route running. Probably not as like juice up as Calvin Ridley is, but like literally the same type of player, same type of threat. Metcalf, I mean, that dude is huge. Like it's actually insane seeing him in a game because like his pads look like linebacker pads. Like they're freaking ginormous.
He's humongous. Humongo.
I mean, there's so many talking points in this game. There was the Greg Zuerlein 2 missed extra points. 1 was blocked. There was
there's a lot.
I mean, it's hard. Like you almost get lost in all the stuff that happened.
You want to almost just jump into offensive player of the game?
Yeah,
dude.
Let's do that.
Because like you said, there's a lot to talk about. So let's just. It'll fold out.
For offensive player of the game, for me, it has to be Michael Gallup.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I mean, Cedric Wilson is 1-2 on that, or 1B if Michael Gallup's 1A, just because like it was kind of unexpected. But Michael Gallup, he had 2 like 50-yard catches. He had like a couple third down conversions. He was 6 for 138, 23 yards a pop, and a touchdown. I don't know. He was just probably our best player on offense. Zeke was absent in this game. Dak was pretty good in this game. He had 2 picks, but 1 pick was kind of on like a Hail Mary type situation. The other pick was kind of bad. So that's why I don't think he could be offensive player of the game. So yeah, for me, it's Michael Gallup. MG, best receiver on the Cowboys.
It's hard to argue that, for sure. I mean, it seemed like anybody who Dak threw to kind of just came through for him a lot of times. Whether it's play calling or the line, it was, being depleted. Whatever the case was for, 57 throws is like a lot of throws.
Yeah, Dak's going to lead the league in yards again.
If you throw 57 times, 100%.
Yeah, well, that's the only way we're going to win football games, so.
Yeah, it's looking.
I mean, even though we lost, but.
Exactly. So, I'm going to have to go with Cedric Wilson here for offensive player of the game.
I like it.
I thought that what he did with the ball in his hands, it wasn't even like he just made like a play in the end zone, like he took the ball in his hands and he outran the defense. Like he looked like a guy who should be playing and give the ball more.
Yeah, and
he really did.
It was crazy. If we didn't draft CeeDee Lamb, he would have been our slot receiver probably.
And now that you know that he's not like just trash, now you got to leave another guy you can rotate in.
30% of the snaps.
Why do you think that is?
Because he's our fourth receiver. And we like to play Noah Brown, too, a lot.
I haven't seen Noah Brown the past 2 games, but he
made some plays, yeah, definitely. Okay. He kind of looks like CD, so it's...
I thought Wilson looked like CD. The number, like the same number, 11, threw me off. Like, I would saw him, and I thought, like, that's CD.
Why is it? CD's 88.
Yeah, it just two of the same number.
So, Noah Brown's 85 and has... like the same exact
He
dreads.
looks like a tight end, though, to me.
Yeah, because he used to...
with the 8.5.
He used to be like our blocking receiver. But
I just think that Cedric Wilson, like making plays when he was called on, exactly. Yeah. Like that's offensive player of the game.
Only playing 30 snaps and getting 5 for 107 and 2 touchdowns. I mean, that's
good.
I mean,
he
for that, I would say, I guess.
And it wasn't even like he was getting thrown like a deep ball. Like he took the ball like in an intermediate throw and just took it to the toe.
So the first one he mismatched with KJ Wright in man coverage, and he just like hit him with
a slant.
Yeah, pretty much. The second one, Dak hit him like in stride, but he still made, I mean, he had 15 yards to go after that. So I cannot disagree with that. I just think
he looked good, man.
I just think Michael Gallup is a monster.
Late in the game for sure.
Yeah. Defense player of the game. I mean, you got to pick the dude that had 3 sacks.
It's clear cut, dude. And no one played well. I mean, Diggs played okay.
Huh?
I wouldn't say D player of the game, but that play against Metcalf was humongous.
Yeah.
Great play.
Yeah.
For a rookie, great play.
Definitely.
You want to talk about that a little bit?
Play, I mean, that's definitely Alabama teaching right there.
Yeah.
Because, like...
And
what's crazy was on Tyler Lockett's touchdown, he was, like, passing it off, and, like, the dude didn't even pay attention at all. Yeah. Like, Diggs might be our most intellectual corner out there right now.
Think about how crazy that play is, though. You get beat, like, running 50 yards down the field full speed, and the guy catches it, and then you close in on him, and instead of just trying to hit him, you literally think in your head, split second, I could knock that ball out. And he literally did it. As a rookie.
That was
third game of the year. That was impressive.
Yeah.
So Trayvon Diggs did very well. 9 sacks, led the team.
9 tackles.
9 sacks, right? Amazing. Imagine 9 tackles. All of them solo tackles, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah. And like it wasn't all like he comes in and fills the run, like almost where he ends on a play. Like say it's like a run, where he ends up at, you almost think that he's playing safety because he's literally like right up in the pile and stuff. I'm like, dude, you're playing corner, like you're doing.
He looks big and he's aggressive with it.
Yeah.
So he looked good, but I'm going to have to agree. I mean, Aldon Smith.
Yeah. Aldon Smith has been our best defensive player this year.
I don't understand. By far.
Yeah.
Not even like it's close. By far.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because he's also playing the run pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty well.
So he had 3 sacks this game.
How?
2 off the right side, 1 off the left side, and he put his hand.
3 sacks or 2.5?
3. Yeah.
They gave him 3 solid. Wow. Yeah. I guess that last sack was technically him, but
no. The last one would have been 3.5 actually.
But he didn't get a number. He didn't get
because whenever I texted you that, I thought because I texted you, I was like, dude, he's got 3.5 sacks, and because I thought that was it. But
that one?
They credit Antoine Woods completely with that sack.
But they full sack on that one.
Huh?
That's stupid.
Yeah,
because Aldon made like the pressure.
Yeah,
and
so he could have had 3.5 sacks.
Wow.
He's a different style player than what he used to be. He's definitely a complete, not even speed to power, but literally power.
He's not just trying to. He cannot rely on his athleticism anymore. So he just plays.
Yeah. Because he literally is 20 pounds heavier than what he used to be, which is crazy.
He just plays smart. Yeah. Like he's not trying to just burst off the edge, beat the guy, and get a crazy sack. Like he literally just plays the outside. And in this game,
just heavy hands.
He played an outside edge rush every time Russell would step. Not every time, but when the sacks, every time he'd step up, he'd do an inside move. Kind of just chop at the hands.
Easy to sack.
Chop at the hands, and he would just, surprise him every time. Really.
Yeah.
Like he just played smart.
Yeah.
He looked kind of chunky.
Yeah.
Playing. but he's doing it. It doesn't matter.
Which is okay because we need some run-stopping DNs, man.
And you guys are standing him up most of the time, too.
Yeah. He is one of the only players that is still standing now because, like, Everson Griffin and D.L. are mostly putting their hands in the dirt now.
Yeah. Pretty unanimous defensive player of the game.
Yeah, so do you want to take a break?
Yeah, just jump in a little halftime.
Yeah, and we're going to do 4 categories for the next half just because we spent, obviously, the first half talking about Tristan Hill. So we're going to go ahead and take a real quick break, and we'll be right back. And we're back with the Spur Call podcast, breaking down the second half of questions we have for the Cowboys' loss to the Seahawks, 38-31. I got to tell you, if I were to compare if I was more mad after the Rams game or the Seahawks game, I'm going to have to say the Rams game.
Yeah,
just because this is one of those times where you run into a beast and you're just kind of in the way of it. Yeah. Russell Wilson, like we talked about, isn't it crazy he has never gotten a single MVP vote in his whole career?
It is crazy.
Like, I don't understand that at all.
You'd have to probably look back at the past candidates or something, but yeah, it is.
Like, not even to receive a vote.
Yeah,
is ridiculous. And at this point, if he doesn't win it, I mean, obviously you have 2 dudes in Mahomes and Lamar Jackson who can do whatever. You can have a guy like Josh Allen who's rising to the occasion. But I just think at the end of the season, I just think Russell Wilson should be the clear-cut guy.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's why I'm not crazy mad at this. And
I feel it.
And with the injuries, I'm like, what can we do?
If you guys were healthy, though, it'd be different.
But in the NFL, there are no excuses.
Technically.
Yeah. Teams are a little bit more... That's why I say it's better to be lucky than good sometimes.
Shout out the Bears.
Yeah. Shout out the Bears. So we're going to get into, like I said, the last 4 categories we have.
What are we starting with?
Pivotal play.
Okay.
Of the game. I haven't thought about this for the Cowboys yet.
You haven't?
Now, to me, it's going to be...
It's got to be late in the game.
Yeah. I guess it was just because... So we let up a lot of touchdowns in the first half, but we still came back and we were up by 1 with about 6 minutes left or something like that. I can't say that.
Way less than that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to say the Metcalf touchdown at the end, just because it ended up being the last touchdown for the Seahawks, so it ultimately was the game winner.
Yeah, that was a big play.
Yeah, I was trying to think of something from like the Cowboys' offensive perspective where there's opportunity and we didn't rise to it, but there was a lot of that in that game.
Yeah. I'd have to say only a few plays before that specific play, that Metcalf got like that 28-yard touchdown or whatever, there was a 4th and 3.
Yeah.
On that same drive. Drive, the position.
Dude, I was scared every time they go for it. They can...
Right before that, though, there was 4th and 3.
Yeah.
And
I knew they were going to convert.
You guys, let up maybe like a 10-yard pass over the middle to Greg Olsen to convert it with like right before the 2-minute warning. And that was a huge play because you guys stopped that. You guys are literally winning the game 31-30. And then you guys have the ball. Yeah. You guys could grind it out through the 2 minutes, let them spend them timeouts. So, yes, Metcalf scoring was huge. But I think that letting up a 4th down conversion in that scenario is probably
I think
more
we
pivotal.
let up a couple, too.
You did.
Russell Wilson's just like magic in that situation. Cause
the Bears literally did the same thing. Yeah. It's like it's you got to play tight. You got to play tight D. You got to be on.
But Russell will always
but it was wide open. Greg Olsen was right there. It was just open.
But then he get out the pocket for it.
People did like every single play, dude. I mean, you guys did pressure. You guys put pressure on him, but
Like we didn't play. Like
that's literally what he does.
We played him all right. Like honestly,
all right's a good statement.
But our secondary cannot hold up.
Yeah.
So wait, so we just did pivot point right there, right?
It was pretty much the same drive.
Yeah.
The final Seahawks drive.
There's a lot of things like, I mean, you could say the last play in the game. You could say.
Yeah.
I mean,
it meant a lot.
Yeah.
For sure.
But let's go ahead and get into biggest surprise. For me, I'm gonna steal what you said for the offensive player of the game.
Yeah.
Cedric Wilson.
Man.
5 for 100. Yeah, 5 for 107 with 2 touchdowns. Only played 30% of the snaps. He had more. I mean, he was higher than Amari Cooper and Lamb in stats. That was just the biggest surprise. He was a 6th-round pick out of Boise State, I think, in 2018. Wow. He would have been probably our slot receiver if we didn't draft CeeDee Lamb. I think I said that on the pod earlier, but if I didn't, that was that. Yeah, I was surprised. I think he's already had another big game too, or maybe that was
he just played very well on special teams last game,
or even the first game against the Rams, or maybe that was Noah Brown, or no, I'm thinking of Dalton Schultz. That was I was like someone. Wilson. Yeah, for that I don't know. I think Dak is elevating the play of his receivers, like I talked about with Dalton Schultz. I don't know. Good plays on both of them. I would have not expected him to be our second leading receiver in that game.
I mean,
that's for sure.
First, like he got 2 touchdowns. You know what I mean? Yeah, he didn't get as much yards
for sure,
but like he made more rack.
Yeah.
I'd have to agree though. Like I can't, even though he was my offensive player of the game, there was a couple surprises. Nothing like that. Aldon Smith getting 3.5 sacks is pretty surprise. I mean, you wouldn't expect him to sack Russell Wilson 3.5 times.
Yeah.
Like that might be, if I said Cedric Wilson getting 2 touchdowns or Aldon Smith sacking Russell Wilson 3.5 times, which one would you think would be more?
It's pretty equal though, honestly.
But all it would take is Dak throwing to Wilson. Like Aldon, you know
twice
what I mean?
Though, like jeez.
Yeah,
and there were big plays. Especially that total stat line. Too.
That's why he's the biggest surprise because he's never done it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Definitely not.
He had to have like 20-something points in fantasy.
Yeah, and he looked good though. I mean, it's a good. Like,
he looked fast.
I was so semi worried about our 4th receiver spot just because it was between him and and we cut Devin Smith. Like he wasn't going to be the guy, and like him and Noah Brown kind of split it up. Noah Brown's more of like the blocking type guy.
He's like a possession guy.
Yeah, exactly. He's more of a possession guy. Former 5-star recruit to Ohio State back in the day. He was the opposite of Michael Thomas.
Wow.
And, yeah.
Talk about a letdown.
Yeah.
Speaking of.
Yeah. Should we go ahead and get into it?
Might as well.
Hey, hold on.
What?
I gotta ask you something.
Ask away.
If Aldon Smith gets over 10 sacks,
oh my god,
are we going to Nick and Sam's and you're getting me a steak?
Yeah, that's what's happening.
If he gets over 10 sacks?
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
For sure.
Brother.
Because our what is that called? Our bet.
It's just rising. It's rising. It's rising.
It is. I don't remember what it was.
My boy trembling a little bit. He's like, "Oh crap!"
Whoa, hey, listen. It was earlier.
I think it was
this
5.
Year, it was over 7.
No, it started at 5, and then it went to 7.
Over 7,
and now we're at 10.
Yeah,
I'm helping you out here a little bit. I'm helping you out. I think 10 is a good. I think 10 is a good sticking point though. Like
if Aldon Smith gets 10 sacks, dude, I will
comeback player of the year,
butt naked, dude.
If he gets 10 sacks, it's comeback player of the year.
If he gets 10 sacks, dude,
I think he could get 12. Because at this point, he's a full-time starter, which is insane. Aldon Smith, shout out to you, dude. Shout out to you.
Yeah, he's been doing his thing.
Yeah.
Can't argue.
Biggest letdown of the game.
Yeah. Take a step back.
This could be a lot of things right here.
I don't know who it is.
This could be Xavier Woods. This could be Darian Thompson. This could be Joe Thomas. But those dudes are not superstars.
Guess who is?
Ezekiel Elliott.
Yes, sir.
Ezekiel Elliott.
He should have done. The
Seahawks coming into this game, they did have the number 1 run defense. They have Bobby Wagner. They have.
I know they had like the worst pass defense and like the best run defense, which is hilarious.
Yeah, because they're getting shootouts and teams are abandoning the run pretty quick against them. But still, like he said, Zeke was 14 for 34, 2.4 yards a carry. He had a touchdown on the ground, which
barely.
Yeah.
He had to extend that ball.
Yeah. The worst part was him in the receiving game. He even got 6 for 24, but I think he was targeted at least. I don't have the stats in front of me, but he was targeted probably at least 12 times in that game and like dropped like 6 of them. And like they were simple. Like they were simple. Like it was focus drops. Like every once in a while, like probably like once or twice in the season, you'll get a game like that from Zeke where it's like, dude, where was your head at? Like that game, like
he's been doing well too.
No, he's been really good this season. I mean, he still hasn't gotten over that 100. I think I said he was going to get 100 in this game. That didn't happen.
Yeah, bold prediction.
I mean, it's not a crate. I mean, Zeke Elliott getting 100 yards is never a bold
defense. Though?
Yeah, but he's averaged like 100 yards a game since his career has started.
No, he hasn't.
Or 90. It's like 98, and like in scrimmage, it's like 140 a game.
Really?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he was the biggest disappointment in this game. And I think I'm not worried about Ezekiel Elliott.
58 scrimmage yards though.
Yeah, it wasn't great. And literally the drops were the biggest problem. Our line was really rough. Like, so I don't really completely blame him for like the running game aspect, but like he made a lot of crucial drops in like third down situations where he could have probably gotten a first down and he just like straight up dropped it, trying to get upfield before securing the football. Yeah. So yeah, that's my biggest letdown, just because he's $90 million running back.
I'd have to agree. Yeah, exactly. There's like you gave a couple honorable mentions, but it's Zeke. I mean, especially with the loss and a close loss, like you guys shouldn't have to have thrown it 57 times when you have like a top 3 running back. With Saquon out, he should be like the best, debatably. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
him or Alvin Kamara, man. Alvin Kamara is looking crazy.
And McCaffrey, you know, so it's like
McCaffrey a little injured too, but
Henry doing well. But
they're also feeding Henry at crazy, but yes.
So I agree. Not too much to argue there.
Yeah.
You know.
But I would say like just for a wider view though on biggest letdown, I'm getting scared about our defense. Like especially like our secondary. Like
well yeah, especially when being injured. Having everyone healthy is
But it's like how do you fix that? Like there's no free agent safety. Like I'm thinking about trades in my head.
There's safeties.
Like for like who? Earl Thomas just got picked up. The only thing I consider is Eric Reed, Tony Jefferson.
Tony Jefferson. Tony Jefferson.
That he's terrible in coverage. Like he's actually like probably worse than like Darian Thompson in coverage. And like we need more coverage more so. Like I'm thinking about trades. Like I was thinking about trading for Taylor Rapp because they were benching him. But the dude they were benching him for got hurt, so now he's a starter again.
Or even like, yeah.
Like I don't know in the draft next year. I don't know what to prioritize at all. Like we need
the draft. You guys need defense, dude.
No,
the offense is fine. It's just injured.
So the only thing, the only wild card. The only wild card for offense I'd throw in is tackle.
Dude, you guys took a third round. Your first pick was your third receiver.
No, I understand.
Like you guys are fine on offense.
For sure, but
free agent pick
we
need. Don't do a rookie. That's not gonna do nothing. Pick up a free agent, pay him like $15 million.
No, but I'm saying we need to invest in the future of our left tackle position. Is what I'm trying to say.
Not now though. Your defense is poo water.
No, I understand. And even then, I don't know if to prioritize a safety, a corner.
Yep.
A good D tackle if he's there.
Diggs. You guys took Galmore with the third round pick, and then Tristan Hill with a second round pick. McCoy might.
Wait, so what are you saying? Safety or corner?
Safety. Corner was Trayvon Diggs, and then you can just sign a guy.
You guys
but Jordan Lewis, Anthony Brown, and Cheetah that you all drafted.
Guess what?
Sign a guy.
Guess what?
What?
Cheeto, free agent.
I'm just saying.
Jordan
sign a
Lewis,
guy.
free agent.
You guys have drafted a bunch of
Dara
corners.
Worley, free agent. The only guy that will be there is Diggs and Anthony Brown.
Sign him. Sign a corner. Draft a safety.
But you don't know you don't know what the corner market looks like this year.
It's easy, dude. It doesn't matter. There was so many corners every year. Logan Ryan didn't even get picked up until like a week.
Well, what
before.
if you go first round corner, second round safety?
Dude, what are you talking about? You think you're gonna draft a corner first round after you took Trayvon Diggs with the 51st overall pick?
Corners is one of the most important positions.
So you're just gonna put another rookie out there? No. You guys sign a guy. You guys take a safety you've never drafted.
Who would be the rookie? He would be the
rookie.
Safety
would be a rookie.
Yeah, but I'm saying Diggs wouldn't be a rookie anymore. So.
No, but he was.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's like our secondary is our weak spot. So it's like
I'm saying, man, I don't think you guys would even think about.
I don't know. I don't even know who would be our opposite starting corner. You know, like
you'll sign a guy,
and even
your number 2. Yeah. You don't draft that first round. What are you talking about?
Essentially, we could assign a safety too, though.
You're telling me that you guys are about to draft this number 2 corner first round? No. What are we doing?
Why not?
Let's move on. You're not being realistic. You want my opinion? We can argue all you want. That's not going to happen. You know it's not going to happen.
And this is the draft talk too, because like
That's dumb, dude.
We don't even know if there's a first round safety.
You didn't even take.
We don't even know if there's a first round safety.
You didn't even take a first round corner this year when you guys needed it more than you will next year. So let's move on. All right. What's next?
No,
MVP? Let's talk it.
You always got to prioritize the secondary. I'll draft.
Sign a guy, man, who's proven, who's not going to be 20.
But we really don't know what it's going to be like. Like, there could be a free agent safety that it's like, oh my God, we need to sign this dude, and then it shores up our hole at safety.
Sure, we can talk that's a whole podcast. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, in general, draft a guy that you've never drafted.
But like, literally, like,
we drafted Eddie Jackson.
I'd say they're both equally as important. Like, we need.
Would you rather pay $50 million to a free agent or just draft a guy, man? What do you?
Well, we can't. That's the thing. We can't. We're gonna be. We can't sign anybody.
Exactly. So we
got to draft somebody.
So I'm right.
No, I'm saying we can't
sign a number 2.
I'm saying we can't sign a. Well, maybe a number 2. I don't know.
Is Trayvon Diggs not going to be number 1 next year? He is right now.
No, I understand, but I'd have no clue who else is in the corner room besides him at this point.
I mean,
like literally, I know, like Cheeto, Jordan Lewis, they'll be gone. We're not going to re-sign those dudes.
So you will literally have to sign a guy.
No, we will have to sign a guy. But I'm saying, I don't even know. I don't think there's a first round safety this year, anyways.
You don't, dude. The season just started, buddy.
The season is basically over for half the dudes. So like half the dudes, it's already solidified what their draft position is.
Maybe we'll see how that goes with workouts and stuff.
I just wanted to throw in a little extra because we were actually going a little fast. I wanted to bring.
It's good, man.
We wanted to bring up a little draft talk.
I don't know, but
we'll have that.
Draft talk is fine, but
I think
we're not going to argue whether if it's going to be a corner or safety pick. Like, what are we doing?
Especially in
you guys need secondary.
No, yeah, in general, I'd say that's what I'm saying. I think it's like 50-50. Like we need help back. We need talent.
The reason why you first brought it up is because you said you're right. We probably need to draft a safety. Blah, blah.
No, I think we should do both.
Now we're just debating it.
First round should be safety. Second round should be corner, or vice versa. Either.
Yeah, let's start. Let's continue, man.
We need secondary help.
All of them are going to be under 23. Like, what are you talking about?
No, I understand, but dude, you got to start somewhere with them, right?
Yeah, man, but it's just like, you guys don't prioritize it at all. Just sign a guy.
Yeah, but I mean, like, anything. So for instance, you guys drafted Jalen Johnson and you had a Kyler Fuller. That doesn't stop you from doing it.
We drafted a number 2 corner before you guys drafted your number 1 corner. That's just being smart.
No, I understand, but now
we prioritized it way before you guys did.
No, I'm saying, but y'all have a $60 million corner, drafted a second round corner.
We don't have to imagine Jalen Johnson being our number 1 corner. That's what you guys are doing. That's insane.
No, exactly.
Good luck.
Exactly.
Good luck.
That's literally why I'm saying.
Why are the Bears' defense so much better?
That's why I'm saying we need to draft another guy.
No, you already have the number 1. You don't do that now, bro. Kyle Fuller we've had for 7 years, and we took a number 2 in the draft.
So you expect Diggs to be full go next year, just like ready to secure that number 1 spot? I mean, I think he probably could.
He did within the training camp before he ever put his snap.
I'm saying
that's how bad you guys are there.
No, I'm saying, but do you feel comfortable at that though? More so.
We'll have to see. He's paid 3 games.
So Cowboys, no matter what, draft secondary.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to. It just seems so clear in my head what you guys should do. You guys have literally never drafted a safety.
No,
they've always sucked.
For sure.
Your defense has never been top tier because of that reason.
For sure. But I mean, do you think safety or corner is a more important position?
For you guys, safety, because they suck, and they've sucked for like 8 years in a row.
Our corners suck too, though.
Besides, Barry Church's peak year was like the best safety game.
Our corners suck too, though. Is all I gotta say.
But they're getting better than they've been. Byron Jones was good, but
you're
not going to pay him $90 million.
No,
everyone understood that.
Yeah. So
Diggs is just as good, getting paid $2 million.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm not worried about Diggs more than I'm worried about just the other guys in the room because
that's so easy. It's a number 2 corner we're talking. That's not a freaking.
Yeah, and again, we're trying.
You guys didn't do very well, and
we're trying to read into the crystal ball in September of what we don't know what the free agent market's going to look like. We don't know what the draft's going to look like. Again, we were just going kind of fast. So I wanted to throw that in there. Yeah. MVP though of the game, for me. I mean, whenever your quarterback whenever you don't win, it can't be your quarterback, in my opinion, even though he played all right. Michael Gallup, he was my offensive player of the game. Cedric Wilson was your biggest surprise, or our biggest surprise of the game. But for me, MVP, most valuable player, goes to number 70, Zach Martin.
Wow.
Yes.
Talk about it.
Just because, I mean, there was a lot of things that happened with our line in that thing. In this game, like there was 3 different rotations, I think. We kicked him out to right tackle, which is something he hasn't done since his last year at Notre Dame, which is 2013. Wow. And he looked good there. Like I mean, it's a way different position. Like the first thing you think about is getting your depth. that's the first thing you had to think about.
That little drop.
Yeah, which is like way different than Garda. For me, it's MVP because if he didn't do that, I don't know what would have happened.
Yeah, that's a good point, man.
Just because he was literally being the warrior out there. He was being the dude that was like, put me wherever you need to put me.
Tight end.
No.
Yeah.
And he might end up being our right tackle this week because Lyle Collins, I don't know what's going on with him.
Corona.
Like, no. Like, it was a combination of, like, there's rumblings that he was out of shape, that he had a hip injury. McCarthy was like, he's being very bland about it. Like, I don't know. There's something going on with him, and I'm not exactly sure what is going on. So for me, it's Zach Martin, especially if he has to play right tackle next week. I mean, the dude is literally committing himself to. I mean, obviously that's Zach Martin, and like that's a lineman's motto is like, you know, put me wherever you have to put me, and like I'm gonna do my best job. So for me, it's him. Like he looked like. I don't know. Like, he looks like he could be better than some tackles that are in the league. And
he looks pretty good.
Yeah. So, yeah, for me, it's Zach Martin. Swiss Army knife for the game.
I like it. I'm not going to go offensive lineman this game.
Boo.
Right. I'm going to have to go with the boy 13, Gallup.
Yeah.
I think that back-to-back weeks, he's shown that he's the guy to make the big play. He's the guy to put you. All he can do is
becoming one of the better deep threats in the league.
Yeah, all he can do is make the catch and score, and that's what he's been doing. When you ask him to make the catch, you know the Rams game PI is what it is, but he did what he had to do. Like literally, he did exactly what he had to do. Every time you've called on him,
clutch, man.
Yeah, you call on him late, you call on him whenever. It's usually late recently, and he gets the job done. He's your biggest playmaker so far this year.
Most consistent guy. Even though like. The stats in the first couple of games were like kind of, and he just made huge plays.
Yeah, at the right time.
Yeah,
and 138 yards, 23 per catch is craziness. Yeah. And he got the tud.
Yeah,
he even like got overthrown on like a 30-yard touchdown too, on the sideline.
Yeah,
which
he was smoking Flowers. He was smoking Griffin.
He was smoking them.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just so physical, and he's like has underrated speed. Honestly, like. He makes contested catches. Like, he's just everything you want in a receiver, honestly.
All your receivers played well, but that's got to be my MVP for the whole game.
And like I was saying, like I think, and like even though he didn't have like the crazy stats the first couple games, I really legitimately think that Dak wants to feed Michael Gallup more than anybody else.
Looks like it.
Just because he saw, and it might be CD in the future. He saw Michael Gallup as a rookie, and he saw him evolve. The bads of him as a rookie.
Yeah,
he didn't see that same transition with Amari Cooper necessarily, like where he saw.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even though Amari Cooper was young whenever he came to the Cowboys, he didn't see the rise, the becoming of Amari Cooper, if that makes sense. Like he saw it with Michael Gallup, like
for sure. He helped create it.
No, literally. So Michael Gallup, he's one of my favorite players on the team, man. He really is.
MVP for me.
Yeah. So that was our breakdown of the Cowboys' loss to the Seahawks, 38-31. Crazy game. Everything that I expected. On to week 4, though.
1-2.
1-2. You know,
with the division you're in, I mean, you're lucky.
Very lucky. Well, the Eagles are looking for the first win. The Giants are looking for the first win. The Eagles tied with the Bengals the other day.
Jeez.
The Redskins had their first one was against the Eagles in week 1, and they don't look that good now anymore. Dwayne Haskins looks terrible, actually. So yeah, we're in a lucky spot, but man, we really got to start stringing some wins together.
Who's next week?
The Browns.
Doable.
It's doable. It's at home, so we're gonna have some fans.
Doable.
Definitely doable. We just gotta get Tyron Smith back, baby. That's all we gotta. Yeah, for real. Because Myles Garrett is on a path to maybe Defensive Player of the Year. We'll see. There's a lot of good defense players this year, but he's looking pretty all around.
Jalen Johnson, baby.
Kyle Fuller, baby. So, yep, that's the Cowboys' loss, 38-31, like I said. Anything else you want to add to that?
No, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So, appreciate y'all tuning in. Stay safe.